When we describe motion, we do so as a function of time. 10 meters per second, 100 miles per hour. But the mathematical description of velocity is moot, unless we can define time. Is time universal? In other words, is there an audible tick-tock throughout the galaxy? A master clock, so to speak, forging ahead like Mozart's metronome? The answer, my friends, is no. Time is not absolute. In fact, for us believing physicists, the distinction between the past is no. Time is not absolute. In fact, for us, present and future is but a stubborn illusion.
Alright, let's get on with the stream. How is it going, guys? I hope you're all doing okay. Finally, Kerbal has loaded up. I am in the VAB. I can't wait to show you the progress I've made today. Just a couple of hours researching a couple of things and having a little practice and fine-tuning a few things. I've got a good stream for you tonight, so I'm really excited to show you this. As you can see from the little thing in the bottom there, we are in booster recovery at the moment, and that's what we'll be testing tonight. And I've got a little feeling it shouldn't take too long. Doing good, mate. Glad to hear you're doing well, man. I'm glad that you're back. I'm glad that you're going to see the progress we've made while you've been away. Right, let's get straight into the game. We're ready to go. We are ready to go. I believe I'll just double check because I don't want to miss anything. Bring my microphone over a little bit more. Okay, right, let's go. Not that one, this one. Right, so the booster has had a little bit of an upgrade. We got what we got on here? We got a reaction wheel, and we've got a little battery. We've of course made it into a sub-assembly so that we can control it afterwards using FMRS. And what else is different? We got the grid fins, and we got some landing legs just in case this booster ever ends up coming back over land, or if we do actually ever manage to get a drone ship out there somewhere. So is there any other changes I've made? I do not think so. The only problem I'm having is that I've added a mod in today, and I don't know which mod's caused it, but when I right click on the fairing, oh, okay, what did I do? I took the fairing off and then put it back on again. I found some little bug. Oh, alright, okay, it's not working, it's not happening, so that's brilliant. What was happening was this little dialog box was just basically invisible apart from where it said variant and these little colours down here. So that could be a problem, but I found a workaround to just go out of the VAB and come back. So let's just double check I didn't change anything else, right? Oh, Society of High Sciences, you wouldn't have seen these changes that we made on here. We put some extra RCS tanks. I don't know if you saw that we moved the landing legs. We upped the capacity of these tanks just a little bit and put some stickers on. In fact, there's one little change I've got to make here. Make that just a little bit smaller. There we go. And is that it? I think that's all the changes. And as I said at the beginning, I've been very busy, so. Mirror Flight, welcome to the chat, welcome to the channel. It's nice to have you with us. Whoa, you were really do everything. I do a little bit of everything, man. I really try and keep it varied. Nice. Did adding the other flywheel stop the engine for drifting around in the upper atmosphere? Yeah, it did. We got loads of stability now. Fingers crossed. I had a couple of weird launches earlier, but I think I sorted that out. I love how the rocket looks. Thanks, man. I hope you like the name of it as well. Is the one still there? Yeah, it's still there. The only thing we've got a problem with is the thrust to weight ratio, which is massively too high. Let's take a look at that a second. As you can see on stage on the first one, we've got 3.93, which is crazy. Now, I'm willing to just leave it there because it performs pretty well. It gets up into orbit, it does what we want. So anyway, I don't want to delay this anymore. Let's get straight off into the launch. Do you know what SFS is? What is that in relation to? What am I thinking of here? Single stage to orbit or something? Is it a mod? It's 2D KSP. Right. I've not heard of it. I have heard of some similar games. I've seen similar things on the App Store. I know that what's the game called? It's changed its name to Juno Rockets. So it used to be called Simple Rockets, and that was 3D. That's a pretty good game as well. It's 3D now. Oh, that might be worth taking a look at. I don't really, you know, I can't honestly think, and I thought about this earlier just before we do this launch, or build the anticipation a little bit. I looked through my games list earlier, and I don't think there is one game that I play that doesn't have sort of realistic graphics. And I've never really thought about it. I've never been like, oh, I'm not buying or playing that game because it's not realistic looking. It's just something that's accumulated over time, and I've got so many games and they're all like that. Right, we need to make sure why can't we move this? Never mind. Right, our sync guidance is there, FMS is armed, engage autopilot. Let's get a camera mod on there a little bit. I've added some mods in here today that I haven't messed around with yet. Right, here we go, and check out this thrust to weight ratio. Is absolutely crazy. $100 m/s already. People who care about graphics before gameplay are weird to me. Yeah, I've never really thought about it, to be honest. It doesn't matter to me at all. It's not something I think about when I'm choosing a game. I mean, I love going back and playing the older, like Sonic the Hedgehog on emulators and stuff. I love doing that. Old games like that, Mario, the old 2D stuff. I still love that kind of thing. I think as I've got older, probably, I've gone for more realistic looking games. But then I always go for a lot of games that I can simulate. You know, like simulation games have always been a big thing for me. Thrust to weight ratio is crazy, yeah. These Kerbals are dead. As I said last night, it's like a euthanasia rocket. And the takeoff profile is so crazy because of that as well. I love sim type games, yeah. I think I said last night, I've got so many hours in flight sim games when you combine them all together. I spend most of my time playing those games, and I think I'm going to do some when Microsoft 2024 comes out. I think I'm going to live stream some of that as well, because I love playing Microsoft Flight Simulator. I'd like to have a look actually if there's any like space mods in 2020. I don't know if there are. Never really looked into that. Just crushes them with G-force, yeah. I made a couple of changes to the stream tonight with the latency. I set it to low and it was set to just normal last night. So I don't know, apparently that's supposed to help me reply to people quicker in the chat, but I don't know. I've got a pretty good internet connection, so I'm not sure how fast I'm getting back to people quite yet until I watch the streams back. I'm so bad at KSP, laugh my ass off. I've only went to the Mun and Minmus. Do you know what? I haven't even been to Minmus. I've been to Mars on this. Oh, that didn't happen earlier. Right, so we got our. I'll carry on in a sec. We've got our Dragon Lander over there for FMRS when we get this little bit into orbit. Yeah, I went to Mars with I think I just about got a autonomous rover landed on there and drove about for a bit, and that's probably when I stopped playing this mod the last time, which is probably getting on for about a year ago or something. But I don't think you can be bad at KSP. I think if you can get to the moon and you can get to Minmus, you got a hell of an advantage over people that rarely play it or something. That's not the easiest thing in the world. It takes quite a bit of understanding to get there. Right, there we go. You'll see a couple of differences from last night's launch. Well, we've already lost that upper stage. And we should also, well, last night we had to do a little bit of a burn just to keep ourselves in orbit. This time, if I'm correct, we should be in a pretty good orbit. 149, I can't see what that says, 170, perfect. Right, let's go back to the lander, to the booster even. You should add separatrons. Yeah, that was one of the things I was going to do. Because it's all blowing up when we separate, I need to put some bigger side decouplers on so it moves away from the landing legs, because that's what I think they're catching on, because they're sort of clipped into them. Oh, I didn't just remember this for next time. I'm supposed to set that to 2 seconds. So we can all just ignore this going on right here. That's nothing to worry about. And focus on the booster landing. So I was also thinking about using an RCS tank to power this instead of the reaction wheel. Just add another little RCS thing on there and some thrusters. Let's get it facing retrograde. If you're okay with answering, what do you do for work? At the moment, I'm caring for my mom during the day. Well, my dad I'm 36, so my dad's just retired, and I'm now I can stop looking after my mom for so many hours of the day and do something else with my time. So I'm looking at getting a part-time job, but it's kind of hard in this town because I've got to stay close to home in case my mom gets ill or anything, and my dad needs my help. And it's got to be somewhere where the money is enough and close enough. It's like there's a few little things to go right with it, but I'm keeping my hopes up. There's always little things to apply for here and there. So but I desperately want a job at the moment because I've been doing this caring for a long time, and I haven't been getting out much at all because of it, so I want to kind of get a bit of a social life going back on again. It'd be interesting to know what you guys do too. I've done lots of different jobs in my time, by the way. I've done I've done a bit of absolutely everything really. Steel engineering, bricklaying, brick labouring for different tradespeople. I've worked in like chip shops, factories, warehouses, supermarkets. I've tried all different types of jobs. You seem like a nice guy. Cheers, man. Do you know what as well I've got to say about everybody? I said this last night about everybody who's came into the chat so far. Everyone has been super nice. Like, I haven't had to deal with any horrible comments or people arguing in the chat or anything. Everyone's been so courteous to each other. It's been a really nice experience, and that's literally, you know, all this good stuff is why I'm carrying on with these live streams. I was a teacher as well for a little bit. That's something I want to get back into because that was a really rewarding job. And in between all those jobs, I've done like little courses and stuff, like online courses that are free. Try to boost my knowledge. Of course, learning all about physics and space with KSP. Right, have we got parachutes out yet? No. Let's extend this quickly. I didn't put these on an action group, silly me. thought it was going to crash then. I was like, no, don't crash. Not now. So we do a bit of tumbling. We do a bit of tumbling, but we are stable and we're slowing down nicely. Always a fun time. I was doing an electrical, by the way, before I started having health issues. Oh, you're learning to be an electrician, is that? I'm sorry to hear you got health issues, man. I smoke and I really want to quit. I quit a couple of years ago for a few months. And I kick myself all the time for starting again. I've got a vape to try and quit again, because the vape really helped me quit. I couldn't have done it without that. Electrical apprentice, nice. What you don't have to answer, but I was asked, like, what's your age range, sort of thing. Being an apprentice, I'd gather you're quite young, but people do it at all ages. I still wouldn't mind going into an apprenticeship to learn a trade, because I know a lot about, my dad's really skilled and stuff, so he taught me a lot about carpentry. He knows a lot of other things, but the two main things I've learnt in trades are carpentry and steel work, so working with steel. So I'd love to get a job in one of those fields. Right, I'm going to get the parachutes out. And I know we're not on land, but just to demonstrate the legs, I'm going to put them out as well. They might add a little bit of extra drag. Possibly straighten us up. Come into a stream and see a rocket named Blackrod, absolutely love it. Brilliant. Yeah, I wasn't actually going to keep the name. I changed it, and then I changed it back because I was like, you know what, people like it, so I just did it. I actually named it when no one was really watching, and I didn't think anyone was going to watch, so Blackrod, just out of interest for anybody that is interested, is actually the name of a person in the UK Parliament that when they open Parliament at the beginning of the year, of the parliamentary year or whatever, he's got a big black rod, and he bashes on the front of the door of Parliament. It's like a ceremonial thing. I didn't name it after him, it just occurred to me like afterwards. That's where I thought of it subconsciously. You're 27, okay, yeah. I'm 36. Man, I wish I was still 27. Let's go back, and I still had some energy back then. 14, nice. It's nice to have people of all different ages in the chat. People from all around the world. Got people from, I looked at my analytics, most people from America, but there was like a small percentage of people from loads of different countries. I was like, that's really cool, because it's a weird time to be streaming. It mostly catches like Americans. So here we go. I'll zoom out a little bit, and yeah, it's gonna do it. It literally just sits up in the water as well, ready to be collected. I'm from Kenya but live in America. Oh, nice. When I was in school, one of the first places we learnt about that wasn't in the UK was Kenya, and we learnt all about Mount Kenya, and Kilimanjaro, is that the other one in Kenya? And we learnt loads of stuff about it. I'm not sure why it was singled on that one particular country, but then I suppose we just picked loads of random countries and learnt about them. I vote we call the next spaceship the SS Johnson. Yeah, I was going to say, I was thinking of names for stuff earlier, and like Society of High Sciences is something that could work in well to loads of different names and stuff. So I think you were like the first person that joined the stream, so you'll get your own choice on that before we vote, so you can pick your own, man. Right, yeah, that's we've done that. Let's go back to our main mission. I nearly reverted then because I'm so used to bloody messing things up and testing so often. Yeah, it's like this place I actually, because we learnt about it in, I think it was in first school we learnt about Kenya. It's always been a place I've thought about that I've wanted to visit. Go on my list of places I want to visit one day if I ever can. I want to travel the world one day. Not as quick as we are in a spaceship. Walk around a bit and meet people. So as I've got the YouTube channel, I love watching people that vlog and go around different cities, and I love their videos when they're just unedited. They walk out of their hotel room and they just go and walk through the town and meet people and talk to them and film so much interesting stuff. And in lots of different countries, you couldn't really do it in Western countries, but if you go to places like India, Southeast Asia, Africa, people are so much more welcoming and so much more willing to let you look behind the scenes of stuff and welcome you into their homes and give you food, give you drink, and they don't expect anything in return. It seemed like such a different way of life compared to where I'm used to living. Everybody's sort of shut off and doesn't interact with each other and try not to look at each other. It's crazy. Very interesting to see other cultures. It really is. It really is. When I've been on holiday with my parents before and on holiday with my ex-girlfriend, they've always wanted to go to the resort places. You know, you can sit by the pool or sit by the beach, and that's pretty much all you do. I've always been wanting to go out into the towns and into places where like the locals live and meet the local people and eat local food. And I say eat local food because of my autism and stuff. I'm so picky with food. I have like routines with food. I have to have a set menu every so often. It really annoys me because it's not me being fussy really. It's my brain going, oh, you don't want that. And then my brain's also going, no, I do want to try new things. I only lived there for 1 year before my family moved. Ah, right, so you wouldn't really remember it. Is that right? Wouldn't really have you been back at all to see what it's like? So my nice. My niece is mixed race. Her dad is from Trinidad, I think, and I want her one day to be able to go back to go there and see it and see what her what that side of her culture is like. I hope she wants to do that one day. She's still very young there. You haven't been back. You probably will soon though. Yeah, that would be awesome. I kind of don't, you know, I have family in America, and I've got family in Europe. I don't know my family in Europe. They're quite far gone, but I'm in contact with my family in America, and I know a lot of people in America, so I'd love to go there one day and see how different they are to us, because it's like in my own family, two different cultures completely. Well, not completely, but there's a lot of differences between the UK and the US. Right, have I what have I got to do? Got to get to this point here. No, wait, I've got to select that and set that. Where is that? There, and then we want to warp to there. Gotta go. Okay, dude, thanks for joining the chat. I hope you had a good time. It's nice to talk to you. Hope you come back one night. We do these live streams every night. I am going to pick a night to have a week to have a night off in the week, but I don't know yet. I'm really enjoying it, and I've got a lot of stuff in here that I want to do. just before this happens, yeah, I might as well say what the plan is. Once I've shown you this and we've hopefully, fingers crossed, landed this, we're going to switch it up a little bit and work on a satellite system, because our future plans will probably include going to the moon, setting up a space station, going to Mars or something maybe. So we're going to want to have some sort of communication system set up already. So I thought if we do that first, that gets that out of the way, and then we can start working on some crazy interplanetary stuff, or a space station, or whatever people want to do. Right, I'm just going to walk to that bit there, and then hopefully we've fired the monopropellant. Nicely upside down. Right, let's land at target. Satellites are a good idea. I lost quite a bit of craft that lost signal. Yeah, that was a mistake I made on the last time I was playing this. Was not setting up a satellite system and then just trying to go to the moon and getting on the moon and being like, why can't I control my autonomous rover? Oh, I haven't got a signal to it. Or send the science back even. I did also do, like I said earlier, I did some research into getting a precision landing on the pad, and I haven't been able to find that much information, but what I have been able to find is something I think I can do, but it's going to take me, I think it's something I'll perfect out of stream and then bring into stream when I've got it, when I've got the hang of it, sort of thing. The other thing that was a suggestion last night was building our own space station, or our own space port on the ground, which is something I want to definitely get into. But having looked into that a little bit as well, that's probably something for a little bit later on. But that probably will come in handy when we get the precision landings on the go as well. So they might intersect quite well at a later date. I've also accidentally put fairings around my solar panel, so the battery died and couldn't do anything. I think we've probably all made that mistake before. I know I've messed up a lot with solar panels in the past. I was kind of thinking in order of priority, we'll finish this one, and then I think we'll do a communication satellite network, and then I've got a GPS satellite network mod as well, so I might do that, sort of intersperse them, get those both up, because I think the GPS mod might actually help as well with the precision landings back on the pad. Or I downloaded some SpaceX pads, I didn't check to see if they were there, but we'll see in a minute when we land, I suppose. Or if you actually have to put them down yourself. If anyone mentions the mod where you have to wait for your craft to be built when you leave the VAB, I'm not going to be using that mod. I looked up today and that came up, and I thought, what's this? And I looked at it and I thought, no, that is the evil mod. I hate that mod. I don't want to wait for my craft to be built. I just want it to be there, like when I've done it, go launch. There's probably an option to skip it within the mod, but I never worked it out and it always annoyed me so much. Alright, we're coming in. We're going to be landing at sunset kind of time. Stop warping us, hasn't it? That's good. Do that manually. And then is that the Golf there? It is. When I saw how this came in last night, I was so sure it was going to land directly on the pad. And we had some really funny moments when it landed right in front of the VAB door. And I thought, well, let's just try and mess around with the thrusters a bit and move it over. And yeah, manual landing is not going to be a thing I do. No good at it, or we were going everywhere. It was really funny. I thought I was hoping Meow would join us tonight. I asked him to make a tutorial video in the stream last night, and he went away and he did it, and it was up. He uploaded it like last night as well. He put a lot of effort into the video. I couldn't believe he got it out so fast. I want to thank him. Been watching videos on how people program flight paths with that one mod. It honestly doesn't seem that complicated. Only takes like 500 lines of code to get to the one. Do you know, when I was watching it, I was thinking at first this looks really daunting, but then I thought if I just start off copying what he's done exactly, because I could see every line he put, I just copy that word letter for letter and number for number and go from where he's going, then I can work from that. But obviously that's going to take me time to do that, and you don't want to sit and watch me work that out on live stream. So that'll be something I do, like I've done my research today. That'll be something I come into off stream and do. Time for re-entry. Yep, just about to start burning up. I had no problems at all with this earlier, so I did it 3 times and it works. The last 3 times it worked the same time every time consistently. There were a few dodgy takeoffs, but that got fixed, as we've seen. Coding is one of them things for me that sometimes I'm into it and sometimes I'm not into it. It depends how desperately bad I want to do the thing it needs to do. Like, I used to play Armour a lot, if anyone's played the Armour games, and I got really into coding in that, and I used to make little movies in it, and I'd used all sorts of coding to, you know, script people walking, script a plane flying over, then a massive explosion going off, and camera movements and all sorts of stuff like that. Hey, wait, don't you need a parachute? Not for this one, we don't. The last few days we've been building this to land propulsively on some legs and with its launch escape system. we don't use parachutes in these parts. We did for the booster, but only because that was sort of like prototyping, just to theory of concept, just to see if it could fall nicely and not be too fast and land at a nice rate. And then we'll come back to that at some point and make that propulsively land as well. Or maybe extend the tank, keep enough fuel in it to do a little boost back burn, and try and come back at the pad or at the land somewhere, because we know it will do it. Or the other possibility is to have enough fuel to get into space and in orbit, which would be a bit overkill, but then it could orbit around and deorbit just before, like we're doing on this run. I could have put some cool lights underneath, couldn't I? I didn't know we were going to be landing it this time. Let's take a look at some cinematics as this comes down. Still looks like it's going really fast. are we looking? It's looking better than it did earlier, to be honest. I think we're gonna land where we landed a few times last night, sort of either right in front of the VAB building or just in this grassy bit there. Got RCS turned on. Yeah, that's still really high up. Not going to deploy the legs just yet. Let's take another cinematic. Oh, do you know, it confuses me because it really looks there like it's going to be close, but I bet you it won't be that close to the launch pad. Oh, it's looking spot on though. Right, legs and flaps coming out, grid pins even. Oh, it's going to be close. It's not going to land there now. I thought it was going to be on. When I was messing around with it earlier, I landed right on the launch pad, literally just to the side of the metal grid, and I was really hoping that it would repeat it in this one. It's going to be close. It looked like it did earlier, and then it sorry it's so dark. Didn't know it was going to be like that. Here we go. That's good enough. It's good enough to come and rescue it. And there we go. Back at home. Boosters recovered. I think the only parts we haven't reused were the side boosters. We probably lost the fairing and like the decoupler ring. Nice, yeah, it's so smooth. All those days, or what was it? 3 days? Is this the fourth or the fifth stream? I can't remember. But all those days, and there we go, perfect, exactly as I imagined it. So. Recover vessel, and I think we'll now that's done, we can get started on our satellite mission. Which shouldn't take as long as that. It shouldn't take 6 or 7, well, 4 or 5 streams anyway. Just gonna warp us to the daytime. Yeah, girl June, pulling 5Gs just before landing is crazy. You should have seen it when they took off. I could have renamed that rocket to the euthanasia rod. Welcome to the stream, welcome to the channel, June. Yeah, we're going for a brand new rocket, brand new. Maxwell, I remember last night they were doing flips over the VAB. That was so fun, that was so funny. I actually meant to do that just before we reverted enough. I'm getting distracted by what I need to do. Right, brand new rocket. What we're going to start with? We need our control system. the thing I couldn't pronounce last night. Octo 2, that thing. Octado. And then we want some kind of battery. Go with whatever fits. Might need a couple of batteries because it's going to be quite small. That one underneath. We use reaction wheel. Don't need a massive one, do we? Oh, for a smaller one. I'm sure that was a smaller one. Ah, there we go. I'll use 2 of those just in case as well. And cover that with, where are these curved things? I've got so many parts, it's really annoying to look through everything. If you go past something like 100 times, keep missing it. I can't see it. Hey Meow, how's it going? I don't know if you caught it. We just did the full test and the full successful booster recovery and pod recovery back at KSC. Not on the launch pad, but very close to it. Very close. Why can I not see these panels? Usually they jump out at me. Should I just search curved? Am I that blind? Do I need to go and get my eyes checked again? It's not that, is it? No. Oh, I really want to use them. Don't say I've not deleted them, have I? Most of the time I can't even find the stock parts that I need. Oh, there. That's not the one. Is that it? No. Right. Well, I know the size. I know that. Oh, that is sorted by size. They used to be right here when I sorted by size. Okay, we'll just go for the curve. It takes ages to search. I don't know if anybody else has that problem. Ah, there they are. I'll go by name next time, so N-I-N-N-N. Small one. One more. Ooh. Can we move those apart a little bit? Yeah. Alright, we'll cover those in that then. Is that right? I think that's right. There we go. Should hopefully be enough solar. You can press X to increase symmetry. Ah, nice. Do you know what? I never use shortcuts. I should really, I never do. Have you seen the video? I watched your video, mate. Thank you so much for doing that. What I decided to do is I'm going to save the precision landings for a time later on, once we've got the communications and the GPS satellites up, and I'm going to what did I say the mod was? I'm going to have to work with whatever mod it is, the scripting mod, that's the one where you script and code. I'm going to have to work with that a little bit and get used to that and practice it a little bit, and then we'll work on that when we come back to, well, when we come back to use that rocket at some point. Kerbal operating system, yeah, that's the one. That's the one. It doesn't look beyond my abilities, but I will have to get used to it as like I said, because I couldn't sit here and learn it on stream. Was the thing I was gonna say. Right, we need an adapter. I want like a cone sort of shape. Was it this thing? Let's have that, and then we'll do communication satellites first. Are they science? That was one I used to use all the time. What was that? That was a nice and powerful one. I may not have added those mods in particularly. That's a radar, dude. What's that? Scanning dish. Communication, I'm in the wrong tab. That's why I wasn't seeing it. Was it that one? It was a high gain antenna. I think it was something like that. Seems a little bit small though. Sure that was the one? I want it to kind of look cool as well. Oh, that's nice. Looks like a Spartan shield. Why won't it stick on there? Let's try another one. Oh. Sometimes some of these parts, they don't have snap positions on them. Ah, that was what I used to use, wasn't it? That was the one. Truss on, truss off. I'll keep it on, right. Let's make sure I've got everything now. I've got 2 batteries, 2 reaction wheels. I've got solar power to power them. We need a conical tank. This thing. Ooh. Something like that. Is that going to be? Should be wide enough, yeah, I think. One of those. And I'm going to bring all of this. Oh. going to have those solar panels there. I'm also going to put some on the side here as well. So I'm going to shorten this tank. That's what we'll do. Shorten that tank. Take that off a second. Double that up. Put this one on the bottom. Turn it around with snap on. Drag it down. Grab it, and it should block. Beautiful. Let's colour these. Over here, I think we'll go for black again. That one. That one. And that one. We'll put some solar panels this way. If you would like to see what the full capability of Kerbal operating system is, then I can link something. Yeah, do please do that. Be back later, mate. Got to run to the store. Awesome, man. I'll probably still be here. I was thinking of doing a bit of a longer stream tonight. That's why I started a bit earlier. Let's get as much done as we can. And I've been feeling like I've been leaving a lot earlier than I could have. Than I should have done, really, because I've always left when most people have been in the chat. It's like, oh, I've been a slave to my stomach. I ate something before stream tonight, so it can go a bit longer. Right, yeah, solar panels, electricity. Let's get some ones that are spread outwards. Get that classic sort of satellite look. What have we got? What do those look like? No, I want square ones if we can. They're a bit big. They're also a bit, oh, can we scale them down? Yeah. Oh, nice. What do those look like? Oh, they're round as well. I think there were more that were in like a box like that though, somewhere. Probably won't. How big are those? Those will do. I'll scale them down a bit though. Let's just see. That should be okay, I think. And black cells as well. Double that. Oops. Clip them in a little bit. Make it as aerodynamic as possible, but we can still select them. Then we're going to need an engine. We shouldn't need too big of an engine. I think the Raptor's going to be a little bit overkill. I think we're going to need something with about that. How big's that? It's pretty big, isn't it? It's pretty big. It's pretty long. Right now, making a communication satellite network. How's that going to look when those are out? Are there any bigger ones? Do we know? Let's go by size. And those are, yeah. This would be far too big. those? I like those better. I'll do those and scale them down a little bit. Yeah. What rocket are you going to use to deploy them satellites? I could put the other booster. I could have just put the other booster that we just used on. I saved it as a sub-assembly, didn't I? That was the other thing I did last night. I made some mistake with the sub-assembly, and that's why it was the control point was going to the decoupler. I'm not sure what I did today, but I did the same thing that I did last night, and it just worked. So not entirely sure. Let's have a look. Oh, that's pretty cool. We got some name suggestions as well, didn't we, for this? For our satellite system. Let's take a look. What did I highlighted? Right, so for the naming of the actual satellite system, I suppose, because it's Earth communications, I thought we could go for something like Terrasat or EarthSat or GeoSat or something like that. So let me know in the chat what you guys think, or if you got any other suggestions as well. And then I'll give the thing a name before we launch it. How much thrust weight has that got? 17.5. Wow. Earthlink, I like that, yeah. I like that. If you're sure with that, I will go with that. Earthlink, I really like that. That's good. I wanted link in the title as well. I think you remember that. Yeah. I'll put that right now. Earthlink. Beautiful. I really like that. Yeah, that's really good. That's really fitting for what I was thinking as well. Great minds think alike. Right, let's close those up. I think that's everything I need for the satellite, is it? Have we got any lights? Let's put some cool lights on there, some coloured ones we can colour. Camera was the other thing I was going to put on. I was going to put that on the other one, I forgot. Yeah, I think it's these ones up here, is it? Dome light. Actually, let's do that. Green for Earth. Shining on there, there we go. Let's do those like that. Earthlink Group 1-1. Get really pedantic with the naming. That's what I do. Let's put a decal on there as well. Where's my text? There it is. 2 of them. Put that there like that. Oh, go the wrong way. Alright, well, we can sort that problem out by doing that. Let's put that in caps. I could do this for hours. This is where my autism really comes in, and it's like, you gotta get it perfect, you gotta get it absolutely perfect. I think we'll put a little marker number on each one as well. So this is number 1. Master 2. So that's whites. There we go. That's the first one. Move this engine up a little bit. Right. Close that. Turn those off. That's our satellite, pretty much. I'll just double check that I haven't missed anything off there that I need to put on there. Got batteries, we've got inline reaction wheel, we've got a command thing, we've got our satellite. On a truss. Okay. Yeah, I think that's it, isn't it? It's got way more thrust to weight than it needs. I'm just going to do a quick test to see how long this burns for. I know it's probably going to be it's a second stage, but we'll just see how long that burns for, whether I need to make the tank bigger or whatever. Lots and lots of testing. What am I looking for? Clamps. I like to use these Apollo ones. They fit the style. Where are they? There they are. Right, I'll just quickly launch that. And because the stream's going to be longer tonight, I'm going to have to take a break for like 5 minutes at some point and stretch my legs. But it'll only be 5 minutes, probably not even that. Right, don't want us launching at this time of day. I'll do. SAS. I'm gonna have to put the thrust down a lot, probably. Probably like, well, that might even be too much. Okay. It's got quite a bit of burn time in it for its thrust. What was that engine again? Merlin 1D full thrust. I might just scale the tank up a little bit actually though. just to give us a bit more fuel. Okay. Was it supposed to leave the clamps? It didn't have to, it's just a little test. Just to see how long it burned for. Right, I am going to extend this by 2. And because that's fatter now, I'm going to put that other tank back on the bottom too, so it looks a bit more slimline. With that engine. We could go overkill and put some more tanks like on the side like we did last night on the other booster, on the other upper stage, sorry. But I think that might be okay for now. Let's get could put a SpaceX logo on there too. This is still number 1. We're still just developing so far, so that at the moment. I never feel like that logo is actually in the right place. I know it probably is, but that feels more central to me. Right. Okay. Next stage will be, what do we want there? Fairing. We want the fairing first. I think that's what we did on the last one. I've got that in my favourite parts. I think it's that one. Oh, I knew this was going to happen. Can't use that engine. Well, it was a little bit too powerful anyway. Doesn't have any connection point on the bottom, and things never seem to go well when they don't have a connection point on the bottom. What have I got in my favourites actually? I think I've only got 2 in there though. And that's what we used on the last rocket. I could use that scale down a little bit. How much thrust weight is that? Oh, it's liquid hydrogen. Thrust weight there, 6. That's still good. That's more like it, isn't it? That's better. Okay, let's clip that one in there a bit, and hopefully that's got an attachment point on it. It does, yeah. Beautiful. We'll make that black. That is quite, well, I think it's alright. We're going to have a very Falcon style rocket here, I think. We need a decoupler, not that one. T12. It's not too small. Use that one and scale it up. I don't like that one. We use this one and scale it down. be okay. I can probably set the fairing to decouple actually, can't I? Decoupler enable. Well, it is enable. Or just safety. It would be a safety layer, redundancy layer. It's not like the capsule with the Kerbals who are very scared. Yeah, this could be really overkill, couldn't it? Well, we'll do that if we have to. Absolutely, overkill it. And then we could put our booster on there and see how big is that booster compared to this. I thought it was going to be quite big. Yeah, that's the difference in size in these. That's crazy. That would be. We'll build a brand new one. Let's take that off as well. Far too big for that. I'll go back to favourites. Everything I use is pretty much in my favourites. So fuel tank. Make that. That size. We'll go with black again. In fact, let's put another conical one here. So we get a little bit of a bigger rocket. Yeah, it's not like that. Looks a bit better. Right, how is that going to perform, do we think? The liquid bore and the bore engine is what I wanted to use on this because it sounds like the Raptor engines. BBB, would it be under B? No, just search for. What do you think you're going to call the booster? I'm not sure. Suggestions? What could we have this time? It's big and black. It's the benefits of being a small YouTuber at the moment. You can do quite a bit of innuendo and it's sort of like no worries. The guy from Kenya liked the name, didn't he? So that's the beauty there. That is so powerful. That's going to be 8.75. But let's scale it down because it sounds gorgeous. Absolutely beautiful sound. Oh, I wish that was black. We'll keep it like that one. Electron 2. Do you think it needs to be a bit longer or a bit fatter? We've got so much thrust. Let's just double check that now. Thrust weight 166 now. That's more like it, isn't it? Nice burn time. Let's put some fins on it. I don't think we're going to worry about recovering this one because we're going to have a lot of launches. I don't want to have to keep going back and landing the booster. Some fins. delta V, delta wings. There. For them, they go that way. Being able to scale stuff up and down is such a game changer. I can't say it enough. It's such a brilliant time-saving mod. Right, can I make the shell any smaller? It can be quite a bit smaller, can't it? I think that's okay. Let's get some fairings on it. Looks a bit off, don't it? Looks a little bit off. Can I change that? That's as small as we can get that. We'll recolor that. Make it black paint again. I want it to be shiny, shiny, shiny. Ah, there we go. I want to make this wider, you know. It doesn't look right to me. Electron 2, like from Rocket Lab, or Falcon 1. I can't choose between those two. You're going to have to choose one of those two for me. Choose one of them. Let's just see how it looks when we make this a bit bigger. Bottom. Another 2. Another 2. Make it a bit longer. Looks a bit more like an actual rocket. No, this one won't be reusable. This is because we've got to do. We're probably going to have to do like at least 4 launches, so I don't want to have to keep coming back and landing the booster and waiting for that to decelerate. But let's give this a quick first test. Let's get some clamps on. And I'll put the name down the side this time. So I'll go back to simple mode for a minute. Decals. I'm going to go with Electron 2. Put that vertical. Put that in white as well. And put it in the NASA. That's nice. Okay. And I want to make that a bit bigger as well. Yeah, that looks good. I like that. Do Falcon 1. Never mind. I'll do it if you want. I'm not quite taken off yet. If you want me to change it, let me know. does look good. Let's move that down a little bit. Ground. Right, stages. That, and then we want to fire our rocket. Fairing, we'll decouple first. We'll put that on there, and a new one. Fairing second, and then right the second stage. What's the mod for the text on the rocket? That mod is called Conformal Decals. One of the best mods in this game, for this game. Definitely one of my top 5 mods. Because one of my favourite things to do is customising this. So it was what I spent a lot of my time doing this afternoon, getting it looking nice for the stream. Because I don't want to, unless people like watching it. I mean, it's up to you guys, but I kind of assume people wouldn't want to sit there and watch me just decorate a rocket for ages when I get to some action, right? But if you want to see that, let me know. This is it's a funny shaped rocket, isn't it? Never mind. Let's save it and launch. And I'll probably take a little 5-minute break after this launch. I'll be straight back. It probably won't even be 5 minutes. Unless you guys want to, unless anybody wants to take like a longer break, it's up to you guys. But I was only going to take 5 minutes. Let's get this back to there. We'll just go for the same old orbit and see how it performs on that. I don't think this is going to get close to orbit, to be honest. Oh. That's a very different thrust to weight ratio to our last rocket, isn't it? I didn't check that before we took off. It's going up a little bit. Actually, if you watched the reaction to the Starship launch earlier that I did, I said in there that the thrust to weight ratio looked pretty good. It actually looks pretty much the same as this. I don't actually know what Starship's thrust to weight ratio is at the moment, if anyone knows that. Ours was absolutely terrible when we took off there. So if you can hear those engines. Nice and stable so far. Just not very fast. We've still got quite a bit of fuel left. What is this mod? Oh, that's Hyper Edit. I did get Hyper Edit to mess with earlier. Got the plume stretching out. I love how that does that. It looks so good. We're not looking too bad here. This is a much nicer burn into the atmosphere than the last time. This will like burn all the way into the second stage, I think. I just looked it up. I think it's 1.5 thrust weight, which is usually the root thumper rockets. Alright, awesome. Now I know that, I'll try and get this one to that thrust to weight ratio. I think we were like at 1.1, weren't we, when we took off. But yeah, it seems much more efficient than the last one. Well, we still got some little bit of fuel left. Have I gauged it just right? First time. Boom. Earthlink Group 1-1 is almost in space. It's going well. It's going very well. If you click on the orange tab in the stage and your engine is on, you can see your current thrust weight. Aha. Thrust weight 7.2. This should be pretty crazy on this one. 7.35. It said 17. I scaled the engine down there, didn't I? And changed it, sorry. So saying we got just not quite enough fuel. Right. That's easily fixed. I think we can scale this engine up a little bit more. Oh, I forgot to turn the shroud off. There we go. Very, very close. So I was thinking of putting some extra tanks just on the edge like the old one. Maybe form them a bit better to the rocket. Hey, we might get there. No? Not quite. Oh, it's so close. Not sure if it's the most accurate with RSS. I'll check. Yeah, I don't know if it'll be too accurate. Hey, you're back, man. Good to see you back. Hope you had a good time. Got our first satellite almost into orbit on the first time. We just need to add a little bit of extra fuel. It didn't limit that, no. How high up did we get? Oh, we're so close there. Okay, let's go back. You got back just in time for my little break. I'm literally just about to take a 5-minute break, although I'll do these changes first. That's why that turned out to be so long, isn't it? Whoops. Shroud disabled. That's a bit better, I think. I'll put that over there. Come down into favourites, put some little tanks here. I'm going to move these lights. On absolute. No, is that right? Let's go into 4 now. We'll put them in between these. Get rid of that. And up a little bit. So at the top. And to the bottom. And that's never level. To me anyway. Alright, that's that. A little bit of a rearrangement, that should be good. That's it. Don't want to be much bigger, but I think it's probably enough. And then we want 4 more for cones. Try and do this really quickly. Just whoops a daisy. I don't want to do that. So I come back. Try and do it really quick and then I mess it up. Let's make these tanks green. Seems pretty accurate. Okay, good to know. Not the landing mod, not that accurate. I think I saw when I was trying to decide what mod to use with RSS. I think somebody said, whatever video I watched, that real fuels was like slightly more accurate to real life than SMURFF, which I'm using. Where's this? Let's go for a green colour this time. How do we make green? That's like, because it's like Earth, isn't it? Sorry, wrong one. Let's go for that. Take the details out. There we go. Store that. That little bit there always bugs me. There's nothing you can do about it. Get those in there like that, pull them down a little bit so they're a bit more in the centre. And that's our extra tanks. So I'm going to move the solar panels down a little bit. And I might just put some, just quickly put some decals on there with the name. That one, oh, can I haven't done that yet, have I? Never mind. we go. I'll mess about with customizing it more later. Just joining this channel for the first time, what's the context? We've just done some testing of like a self-propulsive landing capsule. So that's just finished. If you want to see some of that cool stuff, it's a pretty cool journey. Check out the previous live streams. But now we're making a communications satellite network. Have I done that right? Yeah. Yeah, so this is going to enable us to do future missions to the moon, hopefully, and Mars. That is all good. That clips on there. That clips on there. We've got to make that a little bit bigger. It's that one, isn't it? Good. Tiny bit smaller. That shade of green that I came up with there, that reminds me of like the Green Ranger. If anybody used to watch Power Rangers, the old school 90s one. Still have our name on the side? No. Where's that gone? There it is. Right, let's see how that does. That should get us into orbit now. Staging is correct. Yeah. Only a small little rocket, but it gets into orbit. It gets very close. Let's try again. Welcome to the channel, by the way, Castle Racing. If you're still here, hope you're having a good night. Nice chilled Sunday. I didn't make a cup of tea before this stream, you know. I can't believe I forgot to do that. No worries, dude. Got a really nice community here growing. I said earlier, everybody in the chat has been so nice. Everybody that's joined has just been so courteous and stuff, and so nice to everybody else. There's been absolutely nothing to complain about. Like, alright, let's give this a go. I'm just going to launch it now. Okay. Oh, I forgot to. I forgot to scale up that engine, didn't I? We're at 1 thruster weight at the moment. We're just going to start taking off. It is real solar system using SMURFF. There should be, I think I put it in the description, there's like a list of all the main mods I'm using in the description. It's just about getting off. There's like the link to the Discord's in there as well if anybody wants to join the Discord. Share some space memes, or I can let you know when exactly what time we're going live. Because I wasn't sure tonight. I started the stream quite early. It was it was a 1 thruster weight ratio when we started. It's 1.25 right now. Liked and sub, thanks man, that means a lot. Glad we got more people, more cool people joining the channel. Where are you from, Castle Racing? Where in the world? Sometimes I think people are asking, like I'm asking people for their address or something. Or just let us know. You southern, lower hemisphere, something. Yeah, this ain't gonna make it to. I'm sorry, guys. I'm gonna make that engine bigger, because it is a waste of time. Why does that always shrink? I wonder. Did I? Oh, maybe I didn't save it. Is that it? Oops. Oh, let me click it now. I should make the base size a little bit bigger. No, it's the extra radius, isn't it? Oh, that'll have to do. Okay, and let's scale this engine up a little bit so it fits that. It should give us just enough. I'll give it the extra little bit. I know it's not going to look great, but I think we might need that extra thruster weight. So what's that on now? 1.63. That should be much better. And we know the second stage has got more than enough thruster weight to be happy. That's all correct. Save and launch. I'm a sucker for RSS content. Yeah, I got really annoyed today when I was searching on YouTube, because I know there used to be a lot of tutorials, especially by this Welsh guy, and they were great tutorials, like, and I can't find them today. I couldn't remember the name of his channel, and I was just searching like KSP Welsh guy. I just can't remember his name. I couldn't find that. I knew there were tutorials out there about how to do a propulsive landing properly back on the launch pad. It took me so much searching to find it. I was like, what? So yeah, if anyone has any, that's the other reason I wanted people to join the Discord, so it's a place where if you got any like links to video tutorials or stuff, build a little library of stuff that I can go and look at during the day and research for the live streams. That would be awesome. So the link is in the description, I think, at the bottom, and that link probably runs out in like a few hours or something. I'm not sure how long the Discord links last for. I'm not sure about Discord at all. I live at 375 North Anglewood Drive. Awesome. I'm in the US. I was going to guess before I read that you came from the US just by the address that you gave, the fake address. That's got to be an American street. 375 North Anglewood Drive. Try starting out with thruster weight of like 2. I'm thinking that tuning the thruster weight will result in higher efficiency. That's kind of what I think. Let's just double check this is at 163 still, yeah, and that's, sorry, stage 0. It's only 328 now, but that it might be alright, depends how fast we're going. Whoops. Okay, right. I don't need FMRS now, and I don't need that either. Make sure that's all done. Okay, right. Let's do a daytime launch as well, so we can see things. That's much better. Much better. Was his channel called Car NASA? I've heard of Car NASA. I don't think it was. I think his channel name was like just his name, and I'm sure it was like a Welsh name as well. Like a Welsh name. What's a Welsh name? David, or I can't think of Welsh names now. It was sort of Matt, or was it Matt something? No, definitely wasn't Matt Lown. I know it wasn't him. He's too posh to be Welsh. The closer a thrust to weight ratio is to 1, the more rocket loses delta V due to gravity losses, but at the same time it helps ensure you're not going too fast too soon, especially in RSS when with throttleable engines. And that makes a lot of sense. You should go back and watch the launches we were doing just before this rocket. A thrust to weight ratio of, before I limited the engines, we had a thrust to weight ratio of like, what was it, 10 or something like that, 10.23 or something. And even when I'd limited the engines, it was still like 5. This is looking okay. Give it a cinematic. It's flying. Still got a little bit of fuel left, a little bit more than last time. It's like a missile with Kerbal strapped to it. Do you know what? I would love to go into space, but if I was offered the opportunity to go on a rocket, I think I'd pass, honestly. I'm not good with flying in a plane. The thought of all that rocket fuel under you would just, my anxiety, I'd die of anxiety. It wouldn't work. It's just probably not theoretically possible. But I would love to just be like spawned into space, and that would be cool. Guys, saying we got a lot less this time. We got a lot less. If it was a SpaceX Falcon 9, I'd take it in a heartbeat. If I was ever offered it to you, I'd give it to you. Because you should. Like I said earlier in the stream, the game I play most is Microsoft Flight Simulator, because I would love to be a pilot one day, and I've always been really into planes. But I'm such a terrible flyer. I think it would be different if I was the pilot, but as a passenger, I'm terrible. I have the worst anxiety. I have to be doped up out of my head to be on a plane, and then it ruins the first day of the holiday or wherever you're going. It's spangled when you get off the plane and everyone's looking at you. Oh, look at that druggie, dribbling all over himself. I don't get that bad. Right, I've added way too much weight, haven't I? Oh, that could have been not helping things. Oh no, I didn't change the fuel in the tanks. That's what I didn't do. Look, I put liquid fuel in them. Oh my god. Welcome to the stream. This is what I do. You feel it's reliable enough? Yeah, it's very reliable, isn't it? You'd be yeah, it would be unlucky, I think, if anything happened on that. So when you look at the space shuttle, the couple of disasters they had, it's not unsurprising in a way, because that's such a much more, there's so many moving parts on a space shuttle. There's so many things that can go wrong. You know, there's unknowns as well, because it doesn't have, well, none of these things do really, like the long-term testing. So by the time you get into like the long-term period of testing for a rocket, it's retired and ready for the new one because there's more efficient engines being built and stuff. I get that with cars. I get that level of control anxiety if I'm not driving. I've never been one that's got like car sick as a passenger in cars. I love driving. In fact, actually now I'm getting a bit older, it's only now that I don't really like the feeling of being dizzy. So maybe I might be changing a little bit, but I used to love being dizzy when I was like a teenager and in my 20s, going on rides that spin you round. But now I don't know, it just makes me feel sick. It never used to happen to me. I think you obviously change as we get older. I don't know how the SpaceX astronauts coped with being in high orbit, inches from death in 4 days. I'd love to meet an astronaut, man. Can you imagine how, like, I don't want to say cool, but like they're such smart people, and they must be so, what's the word I'm trying to think of here? Worldly, is that the word? Worldly, yeah, because they've been around the world. Those kinds of people that have the coolest heads in the most craziest situations, like that kind of person. It's like firefighters and things like that, people who run into danger. They're always really cool, interesting people. Not always, but you know, most of the time. Right. Should I add more boosters? Boosters would just get us up there, wouldn't they? Let's move this around. I'm going to do a different booster design this time though. I'm going to try that fuel feed in line one, and we're going to use some the biggest ones we got in here. Oh, they're my favourites. Just have to go looking. Yeah, a couple of those. That should be pretty good. What about diameter? A bit bigger? Yeah, that looks nice. We'll make them green as well, I think. Green boosters. Some nose cones. And no, I remembered, but nobody reminded me to check the fuel tanks. It's lucky I remembered that. Colouring. Right. We've got the right fuel in the bottom one, so it's just here. This wants to be H2, right? Liquid hydrogen, yep. And that should give us a lot more delta V. Stage 2, 4.59, 54 seconds. Is there anywhere I haven't done? Make sure the middle one. Yep. Wow. What's our delta V overall? Okay, I think that'll be enough. Of course, we need some engines on the bottom of here, don't we? and make it pointy. Much scarier if pointy. Oh. Just put them on there. Loads of engines in here that I never use. Thor. Oh, we want to make sure they take the same fuel. Takes liquid fuel and oxidizer, yeah. What thrust weight does that give us on that whole stage? $240. Can limit these a little bit. Until we get to 151, that'll do. Move them up a little bit. I used to put little skirts at the bottom of here, but for some reason it won't let me clip back into it once I do that, so you just have to bear the bare metal kind of thing. This is a nice little cut off. Right, that should be that. We have 1.51 thrust to weight ratio, burn of 206 seconds, which should be loads more than enough. Change the fuel in the top tanks. We're ready to go again. And then I'll have my break. In fact, that could be the end of the stream actually for tonight. We'll get this done. We'll launch our satellites tomorrow night. We've developed a nice rocket tonight, so we'll be ready for launch tomorrow night. I think that's a better plan, and then I can go and have something to eat. If that's okay with everybody. Hey Meow, welcome back. Let's save that and double check. Always double check that. And we'll launch. Well, we won't launch because I forgot to put the fuel lines into the tanks. Mental. We're still developing the first one, still trying to get it into orbit. We're very close. Very close. If I stopped making mistakes, we'd be there by now, probably. Move those out of the way. Probably going to want some separatrons as well, so I'll do that while we're here. Fuel tanks. Size. That one. How many people know about this trick? I know it doesn't work in real life, but this is such a cool trick to get you some extra delta V. Simply do that. And some separatrons. Where are the ones I like to use? Is that them? That's the ones. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's make sure those go on that one. Yep. Okay. Let's change the colour of those lines actually. White. White will do. So I've got green. Okay, what's that V saying now? More than enough to get into orbit. Thrust to weight ratio is good, increasing all the time. Let's launch. I was developing SNFR. What is that for FRR? Is that I can't remember what that is. What is that? What is that? Oops. Okay. Oh, flopper launch. Aha. If I put that there, is it going to go there? No. Oh, if I press manual, now what? No, okay. Also, I'll do. Whoops. Right, let's go. This is looking nice and smooth so far. Flopper reusable rockets. I like that. The FRR. Oh. Engine performance is nominal. I love that word, nominal. Such a great word. We're getting, this is lovely, we're getting no like heating up like we were on that last rocket. It's got just a little bit of air resistance showing up there. We're coming at a nice angle. About to lose those boosters. There they go, beautiful Saprotrons. FIR is pronounced for is a flopper interplanetary rocket. Flopper, I like that. This has got a really nice launch profile. I like this. This should, oh yes, look at all that, look at that fuel gain that we got from those side tanks there. So they empty out into the main tank, so when they're empty the main tank is still full, so you get all that extra fuel up here when you're already going real fast, and it's just going to get faster and faster and faster. So it's slow, it's quite slow, but it is speeding up quicker and quicker. If you're going to do KSP, you need a space agency company name. Yeah, you're right. You know, in this, you know, on the stream where it says SpaceX there in the middle, I was going to design my own PNG logo for the whole like mission set earlier, but I just thought I'd just start streaming instead. I've already spent ages designing that. But yeah, I will do that. We'll need to come up with a name. What do you guys think? Also, can you guys tell me, am I the only one that thinks this? Elon Musk called SpaceX because it sounds like space sex, if you say it right, you know. Does anyone else think that? Do you think he was that immature when he come up with that name? Do you think that's what he was thinking? Space sex? Because I'm guessing he wanted space to be sexy. You know, that's how you're going to get a lot of investors, right? But then, really? Is that it? Because I wouldn't have thought he'd come up with that, but... See, it's true, yeah. I thought, man. Boom, and we're in orbit as well. Sound. Lovely. Tesla. Welcome back, Miss Master Plays. Elon is mature, yeah. Aren't we all though? I don't know how old everybody is in the chat, but I'm 36 and I can still be really mature, man. Farts still crack me up, you know. I see a kid fall over in the street, it still makes me laugh my ass off. I have to try not laugh, and it's really hard. I know it's terrible, but it does. Sometimes my dog stands on the sofa and he shakes, and he literally shakes himself off the sofa. Oh my god. It's one of the funniest things you've ever seen in your life. We are in orbit. Beautiful. Let's make sure we are. Nice. Right. Okay. Now here's the thing. Do we think this is high enough? Because we're only at 160. And I was thinking maybe we need to put these up quite a bit higher to get some good coverage, maybe even like 200. Let's get these lights on. Does Al do lights? No. Isn't there a lights action group? Yeah, there we go. Let's get radial in. And there we go. That's what it's going to look like once we're up. If we're in orbit, let's double check that, because we might not be. Aha, we're not. It's actually trying to re-enter. Why is it doing that? What have I done? Why is it burning the engine? Did I do that? I did, didn't I? Oh, what an idiot. Never mind. We need to do another launch anyway. So I think that'll be tomorrow's goal. We'll put us up in a proper orbit, a proper high orbit. I'm pretty sure that's got more than enough delta V. And then it will literally just be a case of we'll use that same booster, and we'll do then a GPS satellite network after we've done the communications network. Once I've got that up, I'll look again into doing these really precision landings, hopefully back on the launch pad or on some launch pad. And then I think we'll look at like going to the moon or something like that. Something like that. Depending on what you guys want to do. If there's anything you want to specifically do, maybe you want to build a space station first or something, or go to the moon. Or maybe reusable space agency. Yeah, RSA. Ah, yeah, that could be good. ESA, European Space Agency, Everything Space Administration. That could be cool, because I've got the flags for the ESA and stuff. Ooh. you know, one of my favourite things like that is coming up with names for stuff. Honest to God, like sometimes before I started playing Kerbal and it asks you to give your game a save name, you'll save a name. I'll sit there for ages going, what should it be? Webley Space Agency, or you know, I'll just think for ages and I'll put into like a chat GPT cool space agency names. I could get doing it for absolutely ages. Keep it simple. I like ESA. I like that. Everything Space Administration. FSA 1 and FSA 2. C1 for crew. Crew 1. Yeah. Got A for autonomous. That's the Electron 2 then. A beautiful rocket, I think. That's like really efficient into space. It gets us there in a really nice profile. I really like that. What I'm going to also do as well is start building launch pad things, because I like doing that. It seems so boring with just these little clamps, and I've got loads of them, so I'll do that in some other ones. Right, okay then, so we've developed that rocket. I'm going to leave the stream here for tonight. I'll definitely be back tomorrow night. I don't know what night of the week I'm going to choose to have off, but when I do choose a night of the week that I won't be here, I'll make sure I get some sort of space related video out on that day. I'm not sure exactly what. The other thing I was going to say is I don't want to burn out on this game, so if there's any like other game you want to watch me play, like I said, Microsoft Flight Simulator, I'm very into that. I definitely know what I'm doing with that. But I'll get you a games list and like show you every game I've got, and we could like choose if you want to see me play anything else. But for the time being, I'm well into this, well into KSP. We've got loads of mission ideas ahead of us. So I'm thinking I'm really excited to get to Mars and get like an autonomous rover down. But we've got to lay the foundations first. I've been playing Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020, been doing short hops myself. Do you are you like a general aviation flyer? Because before that I used to only fly jets, like the 737s, and when the new Flight Simulator came out, I switched to being general aviation, because I like that low and slow flying, so you can see all that detail. Seems like a bit of a waste to fly in the jet engines in the jet planes. But I've really got into the GA so much. In fact, I bought myself some like what did I get? What's it called? It's the one that the Bush pilot in I can't think where he's from either. What's it called? Papua New Guinea. He flies in Papua New Guinea. So I got the same one, the Kodiak. I got the Kodiak add-on. That's a really nice plane. The C-160 mainly, that's a massive plane. Fly mainly military, smaller planes, not really passenger planes as much. I used to like on FSX, that came with some military style planes, and didn't that have like a C-130 style plane or something like that? I think. His name is Missionary Bush Pilot or something, is that it? He's like, he flies for a Christian missionary or something, doesn't he? A Christian mission. I think that is his name. Yeah, whenever I watch his videos, that always makes me want to go and play at Microsoft Flight Simulator. Bushcraft missionary pilot. Missionary bushcraft pilot, something like that. Something like that. Yeah, I really like his videos because you can watch along with him, and if you've got the mod for that airplane, if you've got that add-on airplane, you can literally fly exactly how he does in the same conditions, and he'll post his flight routes and stuff. Maybe instead of landing boosters. Yeah, I think there's I think I've got a couple of videos possibly on this channel of me playing Flight Simulator, some edited things like. So go and check those out. Tell me what you think about that, and we could do some of that one day. I will of course have to get my subscription to Xbox Game Pass with a PC up again, but a couple of weeks time maybe, when this might get a bit old or something for people, switch it up. Maybe instead of landing boosters you try catch them. Spawns big net to catch them with 2 sticks. That would be a really cool goal. I don't know how that would be possible on Kerbal Space Program. I don't have the add-ons that give you the mechanical moving part things, but I bet you can use those to make like a catching thing, couldn't you? You've done it. Oh. Yeah, so it's possible. Oh, now I'm thinking I want to do that. That would be crazy. Like watching because I was reacting to the Starship Catch last night. I recorded the video, but I put it up today, and I watched it after I put it up today, and I watched it again. I just can't get enough of watching that booster just come in and get caught by that maxilla. I just can't. It's so incredible, man. I can't even find the words to describe it. I never thought I would see anything like that in my life. I never even imagined anything like that. Could never do an RTLS landing. What's an RTLS landing? And they did it first attempts with one in real life. Absolutely crazy. I said that again on the video. I thought they were going to crash a few times, you know, practicing, getting it closer, maybe. Return to launch site landing. Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, I didn't think they were going to do that first time. I really didn't. I actually missed the stream when it happened. I was asleep, and I woke up and I was trying to rewind it on the stream without seeing it, and I messed it up, and I saw it sat there, and I thought, oh my god, they've caught it. Ignore that, just pretend you didn't see that. I make SSTOs, but I saw your SSTO, I saw your thing. I'd like to have a go at making one of them. I've never tried to make one. Not one single stage. I've always done 2 or 3 stages. So you can make them land anywhere. I really like the idea of doing something like a space shuttle or a space plane. I like the idea of flying a plane after it's been in space. I think that's really cool. Okay, right, I'm going to end it there, guys. I'll be back. I'll definitely be back tomorrow night. That won't be my night off. I've got to record a couple more reaction videos tomorrow as well, so they're going to be like Halloween reaction videos. I was doing some Halloween reaction videos all October leading up to Halloween. And then I'll be on the stream. I'll do some more little changes in here. I'll decorate this rocket up a little bit. Yeah, man. Alright guys, thanks for joining me once again. if you, I think everyone here is subscribed, aren't they? I don't have to do that. But if you're watching this stream later on and you like what you've seen tonight, or anything useful, you found anything useful, probably not, because I'm full of mistakes. But if you like this kind of content, or you like anything else on my channel that's there, we've got Urbex, so I'll make a bit of music. I'll do some other gameplay videos. I analyse some stuff about the media, some social topics, things like that. I don't try and get political very much, even though it probably comes across. I do have my political thoughts on other videos, but I would never bring that into this sort of stuff. It's not about that. And yeah, but there's all those other videos if you want to check those out. Years and years worth of effort that never got many views, apart from just a few of them. But yeah, we're really liking this at the moment, and I can see my channel kind of starting to gear towards more space stuff, because finally it's getting some attention here and finding like-minded people, which is what I've always wanted to do, no matter what subject it is that I do on YouTube. I always wanted to find like-minded people, people that are chill and nice, just my kind of people. And you're all great. Like I said, the chat's been absolutely awesome. I was thinking of making someone like a moderator, but we'll do that at another point, because I don't really see any need for it at the moment, because everybody's so great. Alright, thank you once again, guys. I am going to shoot off and go get some food, so thank you for joining me. If you're keen on Space Engineers, is a fun first-person building game. I've heard of that. I'll have to take another look at that. Surviving Mars is another game I quite like. I've never really got that far into it. Right, okay guys, I'll see you tomorrow night. It'll be the same time, same place, probably about 12. I'll start streaming probably about 20 minutes before we're about to start. Give people a chance to join, because I kind of like, I don't like doing things before people get here, because like, it's not that I might have to do them again or anything, I just don't want you to miss anything. That's the only thing. So same time, same place tomorrow, and I hope to see you there. Meow, let's play. I have a stock shuttle, I can get a craft link. Can we share files for spacecraft? I don't know if you could do that, but if you can do that, that would be cool. I have a stock shuttle I can get a craft link for. That would be awesome. Well, let's save that before we do anything. We'll do that through Discord, but yes you can. Yeah, awesome. That would be cool. Flying your guys as rockets, like if you all play KSP, that would be pretty cool to showcase that. Give them a go. I like, because I've got all these rockets in this thing. I've got the SpaceX rockets now. I've never flown them. I've got so many things in this. We've got a space shuttle there, but a lot of these are like locked or invalid parts, so I don't know exactly what's going on with that. This is some old crap I made. Geosat. I think with my current modded save, you can play most of my crappy one. That would be awesome though. That's a really good idea actually, isn't it? I like to play on give your rockets a try. Also, some say invalid parts, but you can load it because it's one item, one tiny item. I can also give a link to FFR. Yeah, give me all the links. Give me all the links. that's definitely saved, hasn't it? Yeah. Oh, right. I've got to go, guys, because I am starving. Even though I ate before the stream, it makes me really hungry. So yeah, and hot. I turned my heater off and everything, and I've got my door cracked open, and the heat from this PC is absolutely crazy. My legs are sweating. Alright guys, I'm going to go. I shall see you tomorrow. Not guaranteed to work 100% of the time. That's what I think my last rocket is going to be like, the one we just made before this one. Right, yeah, I'll see you tomorrow guys, and thanks for joining me again. Thanks for people that have subscribed and liked the stream. I'll see you tomorrow, and bye bye.